Hi guys, joyous Monday. Welcome to hashtag No Filters number 23, December 28th, 2020. If you didn't catch last week, which was basically how to deal with the nuts of Christmas, that still applies. There's great tips, be on the YouTube channel or on the Joyful Bodies Official or True Drew Yoga Facebook pages. Check it out. There's some great tips in there for any time of the year. This is going to be a real quickie because we're between Christmas and the New Year, and I'm going to be doing some really cool videos for the New Year. So all I wanted to say for right now is I know January the 1st is soon to be upon us, and that old tradition of setting New Year's resolutions might be creeping up on you already. What if you don't this year? What if the only thing you give attention to, because the world is going to get more cray-cray, I can guarantee that. There's going to be some amazing things that are going to be going on. And as I said, I'll be shooting probably a video next Monday, giving an overview of what I think is behind so much of what's going on in the world, has been going on, what will be going on. And then week on week, I'll maybe explore very specific areas within that. So on that basis, my invitation to you all is give up the planning. You've seen how this year has been. And it's not to say that you don't have choice, that you can't select where you want to go, what you want to focus on. But that old paradigm of trying to keep everything in a lovely little box, to have a nice, neat and tidy life, to do things that make you feel comfortable, if you hold on to that, I can guarantee it's going to be a really rocky ride going forward. So for those of you who want more ease and actually are feeling the urge to be more of who you are, one of the tips I gave for last week with the whole tips for the Cray Cray Christmas was about that speaking up, saying what was on your mind, expressing yourself, sharing things about you that you may not have shared before. So the more you can be in that space going forward into the new year, the more you can start to let whatever's bubbling up for you and in your life. And that's going to increase the rate, guys. You're going to have this more of a surge of this, something you can't necessarily control, starting to come up more and more in your life. And by the way, when I say these things, I'm not saying like this has to be the way. Remember, the idea of this little chat, these little shows, is to invite you to different possibilities, maybe giving you insights and perspectives on things you may not be aware of, or you may have kind of just put to one side, as opposed to them being the truth. So I'm just saying that my perspective, my awareness is that we're going to be having this urge to express ourselves more and more and more and more and more, to the extent it won't be containable, because so many of us have grown up with being told to like hide us, squash us down under that lovely uniform persona of socially acceptable. And let's be honest, none of us are socially acceptable. We're all wonderfully, uniquely weird and specially gifted individuals, and we weren't meant to be the same. So as much as society, whatever that means to you, has been encouraging all of us to be good little boys and girls, or non-gender specific, whatever you want to label anything, we're none of that. We're uniquely brilliant, and that desire for uniqueness is going to bubble up more and more and more. So my invitation to you guys for the new year is to start to watch that, start to notice where there's a surge of, maybe it could be frustration, it could be excitement, it could be anger, it could be anything that's really intense. Start to notice that coming up. Start to notice where you're wanting to maybe just say, turn away from what you've been doing or what you've been trying to do, where you've been trying to fit in, where others are encouraging you to meet their agenda, but it just doesn't sit well for you anymore. So maybe give yourselves an opportunity to explore that more and more, and have that be your New Year's resolution, or revolution, which I think is more appropriate, actually. I think we're going to go through a big revolution on so many levels. And of course, it starts within us. Tell you what was fascinating over the Christmas holes, where I am and out and about, I noticed people just very quietly going about their business. So although people weren't meant to be going anywhere, people were definitely finding ways to have a Christmas that worked for them. And that has a lot to do with, oh, let me just do a quick comment here. Andy, hi, Andy, darling. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to come. What's he saying here? What lovely words. Oh, yes, thank you for acknowledging that. Yeah, we are magnificent. We're incredible beings. We really are. And I'm always reminded about that because I see so many little kids around where I live, little toddlers, and they're so vibrant. They are so alive. They are so certain and sure of themselves. And it's fascinating then to see the adult that's with them, as lovely as adults are, most of them are so much more contained. It's like they take up, though they're physically bigger, they take up less space, like energetically, they're more restricted. And that little person that might only be 2 foot tall has this huge energy relative to their body size. And so the invitation here again is that the more we encompass and embrace that, the breadth of who we are, the depth of who we are, the more we shine, not just for others, which is gorgeous because it's an invitation for everybody else to do it, but we light our own path. We illuminate our own way. And if there's nothing else that we do whilst we're on this planet, surely following our own, being our own guiding star, knowing what our true path is for us, because we're unique in that we made it through that monthly cycle when the other egg didn't. Surely you still following your own guiding star has to be the one thing that you can depend on. Because whilst we look outside ourselves, even to me sharing this, as I say, guys, don't have to take any of this as truth. Take what you want, throw away what doesn't work. I would like to think that what I invite people to is, it's always an invitation to have more freedom, to be more of you. So whenever you listen to anybody, check in with that. Is what they're saying an invitation for you to be more of you, to trust in you, to express you? Or is it more a case of them inviting you to follow a particular plan or outline or to fit into a particular way of being? I'm not saying one's better than the other, just check in for yourself, right? So yes, guys, have a great few days before the new year actually kicks in. I'll be back with you next Monday, the 4th of Jan. I'll do this overview of where the world has been, my perspective on it for a long time, what's been going on behind the scenes, and a sort of a bit of an overview of what I think is going to be coming into the world for 2021 and beyond. Big stuff, really big stuff. So enjoy the slight peace, slight calm before it gets more and more cray-cray. I know it can be tempting to think, oh my God, it's going to get worse. I'm more than one for the hills. But I said this to a beautiful person today I was speaking to. And I said, you know, it's like sometimes we see the intensity of the world and we think because it's getting louder, there's going to be more restrictions, there's more doom and gloom. We think that's what's really happening. But actually, what if it's that 180 degrees, that inversion, that back to front that I've spoken about, where actually it's noise and actually it's coming up from the surface, deep down, where it's being suppressed in our society. All the cray-cray's been there for a long time. I've been on the planet almost 50 years, and I can say that I've seen and been aware of so much that's been going on in our planet and in our society. And now the shit is coming to the surface for us all to see. So I think it's coming to the surface for it to be released, but it's messy. If you've ever redecorated a home, if you've ever knocked down a home and built it up again, if you've ever built a home from scratch and you sort of have to have the ground pretty much dug up and trashed. I live in a relatively new home. It's almost 3 years of age, and we saw the area and we saw it being built, and it's not very pretty necessarily whilst that's occurring, but it creates something really magnificent going forward. It's the same if you have an allotment or you plant things in your garden. When you're weeding out the old stuff, you turn the soil over and it's messy, it's muddy. When you've got a nice zit on your face, that nasty crud stuff inside, it's really uncomfortable. It builds up the pressure, and then how it comes, then your skin heals, right? And it's a new smooth complexion. That's what we're going to be going through. That's what we are going through, is my perspective. So get ready for the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be intense for some people. The more you can just stand in your truth, which is knowing what's like really calling to you on the inside, not what others are telling you should or shouldn't be doing, not what the media's saying, not what your friends or your lovers saying, your partner, your parents. No. What's going on in you. And you might have a bit of a battle. You might have something the conditioned part that's saying, oh, I should be buying into what everybody's telling me. I should be listening to what the news is saying. I should be listening to people that are in my life. But there will be another part that will be getting stronger and stronger and louder and louder, which will be saying, this doesn't work for me. I need to do this. I need to go here. Same way little kids have the impulse and the commitment and the determination just to go for it. And if you can keep following that inner pulse that says, I've just got to do this. I've got to speak this up, speak this out. I've got to take this left turn. I've got to pick up the phone to that person. Just following those impulses, the easier the ride is going to be. So I hope there's something useful in there in that quick little invitation to deal with the New Year resolution period we're going to be going through. I'll see you next week, guys. Please share this. As always, in the description below the video, the YouTube channel link, the Facebook pages for Sabina and myself, our contact details. Get in touch, pass it to friends, subscribe to the channels. See you soon. Happy New Year. We'll play again.